Hello everybody, I'm out here at Eceti Ranch. Before it gets dark, just wanted to show you kind of what we're seeing out here. So you can see behind me, that's Mount Adams, and you can see behind me, that's the ranch. So what's really cool is, like, last night, we're all sitting out here and we saw all these like little tiny blips just kind of float over our heads, and then like basically they would get really big and bright and then disappear. Right? Like, what? And then if you look at the mountain, like let's see if I can do this. Oh my gosh, like right in here, there was all these little dots, like little white dots opening up, and that was constant, like for maybe an hour or two of just like lights zipping across the sky, and then different lights on the mountain lighting up. It was intense. It was really astounding, because I've never seen anything like that. I've never seen that many UFOs at once. I probably saw over 30. So what is it about this place, this ranch, that is so special? So the guy that owns it, his name's James Gilliand, brilliant guy, works with the land, works with the entities here and beings that are present, and really co-creates really a beautiful space for people to come and, you know, work on themselves, get grounded, get energy work, or meditate, or, you know, see UFOs for the first time. And he's made this brilliant labyrinth that has honored all the different UFO or different races and different beings and elementals that I've worked with. So for me, it's been very fascinating because I get a lot back as a channeler. So I want to walk you through this. So here's the Syrians. And then as you go around, we'll go this way so you can see the whole thing. As you go around, I've had a lot of connections with this next group, and this is something that was really special, because when I saw this, I kind of chuckled. So the inner earth beings, hollow earth, there's a lot of flat earth nonsense going around, and I think that's perpetuated because, to me, earth has all kinds of beings inside of it. So this is just honoring those beings, the elementals that are inside Earth. A lot of parts of Earth that we don't even really know about yet. So let's go back in this way. As we enter the middle here, this represents the galactic central sun. So this is the center of the galaxy, basically, right? This big rock here. And we go out here. We'll go over here first, and you have your Andromedans. Another group of ETs that are very special to work with. I've channeled them only a couple of times, but I tend to have my favorites, like most people. and y'all know the name. Needs no introduction. Mr. Bigfoot. I like how he's like balling all the gems. And that has been, whew, that's another video right there. Here's the Arcturians. I've worked with them as well. Tons of quartz crystals and all of that. And let's move on down the middle of the circle here. We have Orion. So you guys know the star constellation Orion. Well, of course, obviously, there is beings that come from there that you can channel and that work with us and humanity on our behalf in our ascension process. And these people don't also need an introduction, the archangels and ascended masters. So this group being one particularly that has helped me out in many life situations. Oh, I forgot my own starseed group. Let's go do them. So the Ascended Masters are really like your gatekeepers, your guardian angels, your highest guides. You know, if you ever feel unsafe, or if you don't know who to connect to, always just go straight for your highest guides. You can never go wrong there, especially if you're a channeler or someone who's hypersensitive like me. So this is my star group, my star seed group. Those Pleiadians. As you can see over here, James has also set up a place specifically for Pleiadians. So there's a place to meditate and conversate with your starseed family. This is a 70-acre ranch. He's got goats, chickens. Last night he had a baby lamb. So cute. And the fact that it was born at the same time that we were seeing all these crazy UFO sightings. There were just probably 30 of them, maybe more. So yeah, I'm really optimistic about this place. I've already been channeling Bigfoot. Let's talk about Bigfoot for a while, because that's something that intrigues me. Biology thinks Bigfoot is just an ape. You're never going to find that ape out here, because it's an interdimensional forager. It's been speaking to me psychically. And I know it. So it's been like, you know, we're beings of love. And would you be afraid if you saw us? And I was like, yeah, I'd be terrified if I saw you. But what's cool is that they're like, well, then we're not going to present ourselves to you, because we don't want to cause fear. And it's hard on your nervous system. It's hard for us, but it's also hard on them, because they're so sensitive. So being out here and camping, you just feel them. And at times it can almost be a little nerve-wracking, because it just feels like something very, very big and large is near you. Like if you were to just kind of sense, like maybe there's an elephant in the room, right? That kind of feeling. It is such a highly charged area that you don't even have to be a channeler like me or a sensitive like me to just feel this place. You just come here and, for instance, I finally lay down because I've been doing yard work for them all day. I've been gardening and working on their garden, and it's been such a fun experience for me. When I finally laid down, they're like, okay, now we can heal you. Now the earth can heal you and relax your body and mind and your spirit. And it did. I just wanted to take a nap. So that's one thing that's really funny about energy. My mom's with me, and you know, she hasn't quite done this whole type of spiritual experience before. So she's like, gosh, why am I all tired? I was like, you need to heal. It's the energy, it's making you tired, so that you can rest and calm yourself and calm your nervous system and relax. So I don't fear any of these experiences. I don't. I don't fear them. I know, because they're loving beings, and that I'm safe here more than any other place in the country. It's safe, because one thing I can tell you about being a channeler and being a psychic and living in Boise, Idaho, of all places, where it's not really something that's on the map, I have a lot of shadow men follow me. I have a lot of entities follow me that try and get in my head or try and do things, and I have to really learn how to discern myself, my guides, and them. And it's much harder for me to like stay trustworthy with my guides, because there's so many trickster beings out there. When you become a psychic and you start waking up to telepathic messages, you can really find yourself stuck, like, or tricked, you know. And here I don't feel that at all. I just feel this overwhelming power. I mean, look at this place. We're getting close to UFO sighting time. Sunset's coming in. It's beautiful out here. This is the whole property. You can see that. 70 acres. James is very interesting character. You should definitely research his life. He has had a lot of similar experiences to me. A lot of life near-death situations that really near-death situations are the quickest way to enlightenment. I hate to say it, but yeah, like, he's gone through hell, and now he has all these different connections with beings, and it's fascinating, because you can just feel it, this place. You can feel every part of it, and you can feel the mountain, you can feel the presence of the beings that are here. Let's go into some really interesting things that have happened here that intrigue me. For instance, I'm talking some of the ranch hands that have been here a while, and they've seen some things. For instance, one of them, he was working out on the land, and all of a sudden on the stairwell there was a tall being that was, paper white, big black eyes, and just materialized in front of him and then disappeared, and he was just like, oh my gosh. And so there's so many things that happen out here. Oh, excuse me. There's so many things that happen out here that you have to come and experience it yourself and discern for yourself and decide for yourself, like, what do you want to experience here? Because it can be something that's very sacred and intimate, or it could be something just downright shocking and astounding and profound. And so it makes it kind of entirely up to you in your perception and how much you want to experience. But there's been other things here, like misty silhouettes show up. And so how does this work? Like, how does all this psychic stuff work? How does all this energy stuff work? Well, when you get into frequency and vibration, and you get into dimensionality, you'll find that some places on the planet have a very thin membrane between the third, fourth dimension to higher realms, and this is kind of one of those places. So from what James has explained, now Adams is like a big giant airport, an intergalactic airport, where a lot of beings come through here. There's portals here too that they use to travel intergalactically, of course. And so the veil is thin. So there's things that you don't normally see happen here. And that's why I came, because I can feel it. I can feel dimensionality, multidimensionality being a really big part of my life. And it can be very challenging just to be a human again. If that's abundantly clear in my life. It's been very difficult to stay here in my body. But that's one of the ladies that I worked with in the garden today. Very advanced being, so nice, so sweet and kind, and gave me a lot of advice, and I was so happy to just have somebody finally to give me advice and help me kind of understand myself more. And she was saying, like, the most powerful thing you can do is have this type of gift, is stay in a body and be here and be a human and just be an ordinary human being. I'm going to step into the Pleiadian circle here to continue this convo, because it's important to me. Look at this. I can feel him here. It's just one of those places where you come to heal yourself, you come to get intimate, and you come to connect. So we all have galactic cousins, galactic connections, because it's in our DNA. And this ascension process I've been talking about, it's bringing stuff up. Deal with it. Just deal with it, okay? Let it go. Let that stuff come up that's uncomfortable, and just let it go. You have help. Undeniable help. It's not anything to be afraid of. And that's something I'm trying to, I guess, not really convince you of, my friends. But I just don't want you to be afraid of the changes. And you don't have to rely on your bias anymore. You don't have to rely on religions anymore. You don't have to rely on institutions anymore. Obviously, they're all failing. So what do? I call myself Captain Kirk. I haven't got that name for any other reason other than, my ET friends. You're acting like Captain Kirk. I like to think of myself like Indiana Jones, you know, with this kind of stuff. Just go on an adventure, embark, explore yourself, go camping. Doesn't matter what you're doing, but as long as you're making the intent to raise your vibration, frequency, activate your DNA. It could be any intent you want. As long as it's an intent that is in alignment with you, who you are, and what you're doing. It's that time. It's that time. I think the hardest thing for me to explain to just the general public about places like this and Ascension is that, yeah, you know, there's going to be a lot of people that aren't going to make it this next decade. They're just not going to make it. But you have to understand that even them, that's their soul's choice. That's how they chose to come here, and that's how they chose to leave. That was the hardest thing for me to know already and watch my friend Charles pass away. It was a lesson. And I was so thankful that I could see it as such. And this girl, Paige, who worked in the garden with me today, is like, you know, Charles didn't come here to live a full life. He came here to do what he needed to do and go. He was a very high vibey person. You know, he didn't need to be here. He just came to have fun and head out. Spirit works in so many tremendously profound ways that we as humans don't understand. Like the gift in having a miscarriage or something. The gift in a mother having a soul agreement with a child that never made it. For lessons, for growth, for spiritual growth. That's why I come to these places. And I sit here with myself in nature, and I just feel. We forgot how to feel in America. We've been closed off. We're all isolated. We have our groups, we have our cliques, but we don't see each other as the divine enough. And that's what I've been trying to get across to people in theatrical ways, obviously, in over-dramatic ways, being such a dramatic person. But what's important now? Is it your clique? Is it your disagreement with this other person? Is it your hatred towards a political leader? What is? It doesn't matter. You're the divine. You are, and everything that you see in front of you is. So how do you get ahead? How do you break out of these perceptions that keep us locked in duality, and which, by the way, is gone? It can only be recreated by humans. It can never be remade. It's just broken. Shut your eyes. Breathe. And imagine everything outside of you is gone. It's not there. Doesn't matter. Doesn't even matter anymore. It's just not there. But there's you. There's you. And you're the observer of it. You are it, of course, but you're the observer of it. It's your mirror. It's your reflection. I have found myself in life circumstances that I didn't like, and I hated them. But you know what? I needed those, because they're reflections. That's all your life really is. It's a reflection of you. Every bit of it. Every friend, every blade of grass, every win or lose, doesn't matter. It's you. So what's more important? Pleasing other people, trying to fit into society, or being okay with who you are? That's what I've been trying to say this whole time. Be who you are. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter if you have failed. It doesn't matter who you have been. It doesn't matter who you're going to become. It matters who you are right now. Because this is all you get, is right now. And right now, the sun's going down. The wind's super, super breezy. I'm looking at a giant 12,000 foot peak, and I'm just about ready to see a bunch of UFOs. I like this reflection. I want you, wherever you're at in your life, in your ascension process, to like your reflection, to be okay with who you are. And that's it. Have a good day, everybody. Thank you for watching.